Hey, what's up guys? My name is Pansonics and today I'm going to be talking about awkward situations because I'm really awkward. Okay, so recently I encountered a very sort of awkward situation. And it wasn't awkward for anyone else, just me, because it was like the dumbest thing I've done in a very long time. But no one else saw it, so I guess that's okay. But here's a kind of semi-reenactment of the situation. Ugh, showers are so boring. I wonder how I can make a shower more interesting. Maybe I can dance. Let's try the Running Man. Ah! God damn it! I did not think that through. Ah! Okay, so you know how sometimes like you kind of think of all the awkward things that have ever happened to you in like a big long line? Well, I did that like recently, and here are my top 4. Here are my top ones, because I don't remember how many they are. So, number 1, this is probably the most awkward thing that's happened to me in like a long time. But it happened like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and because I'm still in school, and you know, high school is a very awkward time for everybody. And what happened was, I was with my friend in the library. We left the library to go and get some food from a shop. And when we came back, our seats were taken by the seat I was sitting at. And me being kind of duck-hearted, I didn't really notice that the seats were taken by other people. So I was just like, lol, I'm just gonna sit down. So I sat down and then realized that I wasn't sitting with any people I know ever. And they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, and then, because I was eating food, which is delicious, you're not really meant to eat food in the library. Our teacher walks in, is like, what are you doing? Stop eating food! Get out of the And I was like, okay, and then it was like the longest walk of shame in my entire life. So basically, I kind of walked ashamed out of there. And then I walked down the stairs and I realized that my school bag was still underneath my chair in the library where I wasn't allowed back. So eventually I waited outside the library until a second friend, because the first friend was nowhere to be seen by now. The second friend came by and I was like, hey, can you get my bag? And they were like, why, where is it? I was like, it's in the library, I'm just not allowed back. And they were like, you're kind of weird, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, can you get my bag? So luckily, they went up and got my bag. Phew. Second awkward encounter avoided. So this second awkward encounter happened to me like, I would say 4 years ago now, which is a long time, and I was only 12, so I was little. And this is one of the really cliche typical awkward encounters. It's the kind of line where you hear, he's behind me, isn't he? Yes, I was behind them. It was really uncomfortable. I was really young and I was starting to get to the time where we had girlfriends, you know, as you do. I just wanted to self-disavow myself. So we started to like have girlfriends, and then someone found out in front of me that I was going out with this girl. And they were like, Nathan, I mean, he's alright, but he's kinda... And then it was like, I was behind him, and he didn't know I was there. And that's kinda where he stopped. And then someone was like, ha ha ha, stop talking. And then they turned around and they were like, oh, hey. But it was okay in the end, because I was like, it's alright, I know I'm kinda... So that was great. That was really not uncomfortable whatsoever. New one! Okay, so basically, this one was kind of my fault. What happened was, me and my friend Matthew, we were walking home and there was this girl in front of us. And he was like, oh, that's Megan. And I was like, oh, she's kind of good looking. And he was like, oh, so you're in love with her. Because, you know, that's a logical conclusion. So basically, this escalated into like a school-wide rumor that I had a big crush on this girl. Which I escalated further. Because on a dare, lest you forget on a dare, I shouted, I love you, Megan, like behind her. Why not? It was funny. And then that escalated way out of control until random people I had never met were walking up to me and like, oh, apparently I have a huge crush on this girl. And I'm like, who are you again? And they're like, don't you know me? We were friends in that place at that time doing that one thing. And I'm like, just go away. Basically, this crush thing, rumor, spread everywhere. And then she added me on Facebook. I think she probably just heard the rumor. So I get this friend request and I'm like, I might as well accept. And then we started talking on Facebook Messenger. I don't know how, I don't remember. It was a long time ago, kind of ish, not really that long ago. It was like 2 years ago. We started talking quite a lot, and then I got her phone number. Then, like, we texted back and forth, but I kind of let it fizzle out because it was weird. Fast forward a little while more, my friend Matthew, who started this entire thing, gets on my Facebook and messages this girl, "Hey, do you want to meet up for lunch today?" And she's like, unexpectedly, yeah, sure, where? I can't wink, right? It just doesn't work. And that's all well and good, but it wasn't me that asked her out. So I'm gonna breeze through this really quickly. My camera's on really low battery, but basically, instead of being a nice, responsible adult and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, but that wasn't me, and I don't feel comfortable going out," I just kind of like ignored it and never messaged her again, which was awesome and worked really well for me until a year later. There was a school trip and we went to Italy, and it was really, really nice actually. And we went to Sorrento, and there's a car named after it, Kia Sorrento. It's a really nice car. Well, it's not a nice car, but the place is really nice. And anyway, we went to the Amalfi Coast, which is full of rich people. And it's like, because the cliffs go down to the water and there's clouds and there's a road right in the cliff. I'm getting sidetracked. Basically, we went on this Italy trip, which was awesome, and there was lots of people there. And on the way home, we were on this bus, a school bus. And there were a bunch of stops and loads of people got off. It kept weeding down until we're at the last stop and it's just me and her, which was awkward because it's like 1:30 in the morning, both kind of tired, both just got home. It's weird. So we kind of just small talk for a little while. And then she was like, "I could probably just walk home, but I'd rather get a lift." And I was like, "Yeah, because you live just down the road, don't you?" And then I was like, in my head, did I just tell this person that I know where you live? Because that's the creepiest thing ever. And if I did just do that, then... Which basically just meant that I was the creepiest human being on the history of ever. So I just kind of just gave up with the conversation and just resigned to being silent. And then she got picked up and I was all, then I peed on the school because I really needed to pee. But basically that's the most awkward thing that's ever happened, so now we just don't look or make eye contact or anything. That's, you know, that's obviously the grown-up thing to do. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Tune in next Saturday where we have more hilarious videos, or head over to Pandasonics where I do my gaming channel, and I promise you it will be fucking hilarious, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!